4th of July weekend is just days away, and as we found, demand for fireworks has been high. But setting off fireworks at home can be dangerous, with burns and serious injuries possible, especially in children. Joining us now to talk about fireworks safety is Dr. Rebella, pediatric emergency medicine physician with UW Health Kids in Madison. Dr. Rebella, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
And so tell us, just how dangerous are fireworks, especially for kids?
Well, each year over 3,000 U.S. children are treated in emergency departments for firework-related injuries. And in Wisconsin, we average about 100 patient encounters each year, with about 25% of those being in kids. And on top of these injuries, there's an estimated 10 to 20,000 actual fires started each year by fireworks being set off either in an unsafe manner or improperly disposed of, which can allow them to reignite. So the actual statistics confirm to us what our common sense should be telling us, is that fireworks are quite dangerous.
Right, and it's so shocking how common those injuries actually are. And so what types of injuries should parents be watching out for?
Well, unfortunately, due to the literally explosive nature of fireworks, the types of injuries we see do tend to be fairly severe. And as you mentioned, burns are the most frequent. They count for about half of the injuries, with the most common culprit being everyone's favorite, those sparklers. And while we all love that really cool effect of the spark shooting off, the danger is that it occurs at searing temperature near 2,000 degrees, which is heat similar to what you might see from a blowtorch or even molten lava. So even after these have gone out, the sparklers can still remain extremely hot, and they can burn little fingers even with very brief contact. Other injuries that we see include trauma from projectiles, like those rockets and spinners, which can shoot off and sometimes be in a very unpredictable direction. And now you have a flaming missile that can either cause direct injury, particular to the vulnerable areas such as your eyes, or on a broader scale, they can land in dry grass or wooded areas and start one of those fires. And then, of course, loss of fingers. Firework fuses tend to be sort of short and they tend to burn pretty quickly, but that doesn't seem to stop some folks from lighting them off while still holding onto them. And unfortunately, any firework that goes off in your hand is going to pack more than enough energy to cause some kind of damage.
Right, that really puts into perspective just how hot and dangerous these fireworks really are. And so what can parents do to make sure their 4th of July celebration is as safe and still fun as possible?
Well, one of the great tragedies is how preventable the majority of these are. And the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends, for maximal safety, they should limit firework activities to those public displays where professionals handle the entertainment. However, realistically, we know that fireworks are often part of a family tradition, so it's important to understand the risks, and you can take a few measures to protect yourself and your kids. Young children should be spectators only, so keep them at a safe distance. Leave the lighting to a responsible adult, and if you are that responsible adult, you want to use eye protection. Have water nearby to douse any errant flames, as well as those expended fireworks. And then maybe think twice about loading up on those projectile fireworks. Even though they may be legal to buy and sell here in Wisconsin, it doesn't mean they're actually legal to fire off unless you have a permit. Now, if you have the necessary permit for those projectiles, one thing that's very, very important is that you keep it on a stable surface. You want to make sure it's pointed well away from your audience and from any area that might be more likely to catch fire. And then, of course, never light a firework that you hold on in your hand. Really, sometimes it comes down to what we call the golden rule of injury prevention, which is use your common sense and you can stay safe.
All right, all great advice for parents. Dr. Rebella, thank you so much again for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, still to come.